Hey there, and welcome. If you've ever wanted to get into Python but just felt totally stuck on where to even begin, you are in exactly the right place. We are about to kick off that journey right here, right now. Does this feel familiar? You're staring at a blank screen, you've got all this motivation, but that first step, it feels like a giant leap. Where do you type? What do you download? Yeah, it can be a little overwhelming. But don't you worry, because we are going to slice right through all that confusion. And that promise you see on the screen, that's for real. In the next few minutes, you are actually going to write and run your very first program. So let's do this. Okay, so first things first. The very first choice you're going to face is where to write your code. And this really comes down to two main options, something called a Python script or something called a Jupyter notebook. Think of it like this. A .py file, that's a Python script, is like a finished recipe. You write down all the steps in order, and then you run the whole thing at once to get your final result. But a notebook, an IPYNB file, that's more like your test kitchen. You can write a tiny piece of code in a little cell, run just that one piece, see what happens, and then mix in your notes. It's absolutely amazing for learning and just playing around with data. Now, to actually write and manage these files, we need a good code editor. I like to call it our mission control. And for pretty much everyone, from total beginners to seasoned pros, one of the best out there is Visual Studio Code, or just VS Code. So why this one? Well, it just hits that perfect sweet spot. It's really light and fast, so it doesn't slow you down, but it's also got thousands of extensions, so it can grow with you from Hello World to your most complex projects. And, of course, it has amazing support for Python, and best of all, it's totally free. It's really a no-brainer. And getting it set up is an absolute breeze. You just pop over to code.visualstudio.com, grab the download for your computer, whether it's a Mac, Windows, or Linux, and just click through the installer. It's just like installing any other app you've ever used. Okay, but wait. One super important tip if you're on Windows. During the installation, you're going to see a little checkbox that says Add to Path. You have to check that box. Seriously, this one little click is going to save you so many headaches down the road. It just lets your computer find your tools from anywhere. Trust me on this. All right, Mission Control is all set up. It is time for the main event, the moment we've been waiting for, where we write some code and actually make the computer listen to us. This is where the magic happens. So, inside VS Code, just create a new file. Let's call it demo.py. Now, type this one simple line. Print, then an opening parentheses, then inside quotation marks, hello from VS Code, and then a closing parentheses. That is it. That is your entire program. Now, just right-click anywhere in that file and choose Run Python File in Terminal. And bam, look at that. Down at the bottom of the screen, you see your message. You just told the computer what to do, and it did it. That's it. Congratulations. You are officially a programmer. How awesome is that? Okay, so now that you've had that first amazing taste of success, let's pull back the curtain just a little bit. Let's understand what we're actually working with here, the DNA of our code, which are called data types. A data type is really just a label. It tells Python what kind of information we're dealing with. Is it a number? Is it some text? Is it a simple yes or no? You can think of them like different kinds of Lego bricks. Each one has a unique shape and a specific job to do when you're building your program. So, two of the most common Lego bricks you'll use are integers and floats. Integers, or int, are just whole numbers. Simple as that. 5, -20, 1,000. Perfect for counting things. Floats, on the other hand, are numbers with a decimal point, like 3.14. They're essential anytime you need more precision. So, speaking of precision, let me ask you a quick question. What do you think happens when you ask Python to add 0.1 and 0.2? I mean, the answer seems obvious, right? It's got to be 0.3. But what you actually get is this. And no, it's not a bug. This is a super fascinating little quirk of how computers work with decimal numbers. They try to be as precise as possible, but sometimes these tiny rounding errors pop up. It's a classic moment that every single programmer runs into eventually. Now, besides numbers, there are a few other essential Lego bricks you'll use all the time. A list is just like a shopping list. It's an ordered collection of things, and you can add stuff or take stuff off whenever you want. A tuple is also an ordered list, but here's the catch. It's unchangeable. Think of GPS coordinates. You don't want those changing by accident.
And finally, a dictionary is like a contact in your phone. It connects a key, like a name, to a value, like a phone number. Okay, pop quiz time. Based on what we just talked about, which one of these data types is immutable, the one you can't change after you make it? Is it A, the list, B, the dictionary, or C, the tuple?
And the answer is C, the tuple. If you got that right, awesome. That unchangeable quality is what makes tuples so useful for protecting data you know should never, ever be altered. It's a really simple but powerful idea. You have taken some huge first steps today. I mean, you went from a blank screen to running your own code and even understanding its basic DNA. That knowledge, that's yours now. And as the great B.B. King once said, the beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. You've told the computer to say hello. So, what are you going to have it do next? Keep going.